Hello everyone, this is Sukumar and I am here with this new show. This show runs on the basis of English Bible, King James Version. This show is a small attempt from my side. Me being a bit delusional and assuming that you guys might not be aware of these concepts. And also thinking that I have a unique perception about these concepts. Today we have Brother Samuel with us. Hello, brother. Hi, brother. So, brother, let's begin our episode with two questions. Our first question is, how God created Adam and Eve? And the second question is, how did God create fallen cattle? The answer to your first question is, we all know that God created a man from the dust of the ground, which is stated in Genesis chapter 2, 7th verse.
Genesis 2 verse 7. And the Lord God formed man of the dust of the ground, and breathed into his nostrils the breath of life, and man became a living soul.
Moving on to the second question, we know that God created fallen cattle by the word. It is stated in Genesis chapter 1, 20th verse and 24th verse.
Genesis 1 verses 20 and 24. And God said, Let the waters bring forth abundantly the moving creature that hath life, and fowl that may fly above the earth in the open firmament of heaven. And God said, Let the earth bring forth the living creature after his kind, cattle and creeping thing, and beast of the earth after his kind. And it was so.
According to this, we can say that God created fallen cattle by his word. So, brother, this is what I know so far. Brother, that's a perfect start. Your response to the first question is correct. It's a well-known fact. Now, let's move on to the second answer. You have mentioned that God created a fallen cattle by his word. Look at the Bible, Genesis chapter 2, 19th verse.
Genesis 2 verse 19. And out of the ground the Lord God formed every beast of the field, and every fowl of the air, and brought them unto Adam to see what he would call them. And whatsoever Adam called every living creature, that was the name thereof.
By this we can say that not only us, but God created fallen cattle out of the ground too. Okay, that makes sense to an extent. Then what about this in case of fallen cattle? Do they have breath of life in their nostrils? Yes, brother. They also have the breath of life. Could you look up the verse? Genesis chapter 7, 15th verse. And 22nd.
Genesis 7 verses 15 and 22. And they went in unto Noah into the ark, 2 and 2 of all flesh, wherein is the breath of life. All in whose nostrils was the breath of life, of all that was in the dry land, died.
So, after that flood, everything on the dry land with the breath of their life has died. So, it's clear that fallen cattle also have the breath of life. In this episode, firstly, we come to know that God created a man through the dust of the ground, which is already known. Next, we learn that God also created a fallen cattle through the dust of the ground. Finally, fallen cattle also have the breath of life. Thank you for sharing such great insights with us, brother, and for sharing such a different concepts and explaining them very clearly. Thank you, brother.
The question for our next episode is, what was the duration that took place during God's creation? 6 days or 6 periods?